All right, everybody, it's almost time for Faith Life Weekend. Same time every year, the weekend after the Super Bowl. And so that makes it February 6, 7, and 8. Here's how it works. Friday night, as usual, 7:30. And then Saturday morning, 10 o'clock. Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Sunday morning, it's part of our two services, 9 or 11. And then Sunday night, 7 o'clock. Got it? Let me tell you a story. I wrote a book a number of years ago called What to Do on the Worst Day of Your Life. It was just really, it was a sermon that I then, a few years later, went into a hotel and in 3 days wrote a 130-page book. That's hard to do. Try it. But I did it, and it's whatever it is. And we printed up some and sold about 5,000 of them, and it's been out of print for the longest time. And then all of a sudden, in December, I started getting phone calls out of the blue. Jensen Franklin called, then Stephen Strang from Charisma called, and all of a sudden everybody's real excited and they want to publish this book. They want to put it in hardback and put it in all the bookstores. And I said, well, it's really not very good. They said it's great. I said, it's not so good. And so during the holidays and while I was traveling in Europe, I furiously rewrote this book, and it's going to be out and in the bookstores on March 3rd. Well, what's that got to do with Faith Life Weekend? Well, what I'm going to do, it's not available till March 3rd. It's just not available till then. But during the Faith Life Weekend, I'm going to preach this whole new book, this whole new approach to what to do on the worst day of your life. The story from David's experience at Ziklag when he came home and the Amalekites had raided, burned the village to the ground, stolen all the herds and flocks and gold and silver, and kidnapped all the families. I mean, think about that. You come home from work, your house is burned down, you find out you've gone bankrupt and terrorists have kidnapped your family. That is the worst day of your life. And then in David, we find a prophetic template of how to respond in faith and bring your life back into a good place, a place where you recover all. Well, I'm going to preach that whole thing during Faith Life Weekend. What do? Well, you weep, but don't get bitter. You encourage yourself and get a word from God. You reorient your vision and regain your passion. You attack, recover all, celebrate recovery, and then give to others. Well, that's a whole weekend's worth of faith teaching. You know it's going to be good for you, so come and be a part of Faith Life Weekend at Word of Life Church, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, February 6, 7,